It is impossible to imagine data analysts work without pivot tables. If you are not familiar with them yet, check this video tutorial for beginners, pivot tables in Google Sheets. Hey, my name is Gaille. I'm a Looke Studio expert and the founder of Gaille Reports. When you work in Looke Studio, quite often you prepare your data in Google Sheets. So let's check pivot tables. How do they work, how to create, and which options do we have? For example, we have dataset in Google Sheets. It is sales data. It is some combination between Shopify and Google Analytics data. Here we have date. Basically, it is month. It will be more correct. Our channel. Customer type, new or returning customers. Transactions. Refund amount. Quantity of items and orders. And when we see this table, we cannot say like how many clients, how many orders did you have every month. And the pivot table will help us with that. So first of all, we can select all columns, go to Insert, Pivot Table. It is important to select header row as well, because based off the headers, we will have different options in pivot tables. So just select all columns, insert pivot table. Here we have two options. We have data range. In our case, it is sales data sheet AG columns without any rows, but we can use just first 100 rows or something. For my case, I would like do not use rows and use columns in total. Also, we can insert a pivot table to new sheet or to existing sheet. I'm fine to add a new sheet for now. Let's click to create, and we have a new tab with pivot table. We have our working area with rows, columns, and values. And we have our right section where we can set up and configure our pivot table. So rows, this is our breakdowns. How do we want to break down our data? Also, we have some suggestions from Google Sheets. Sometimes it is fine, but actually I almost never use the suggestions. I just create pivot table that I need for my work. Here we have same stuff like on the working area, rows, columns, and values. Also, we have filters. And on the right side, we have our first row with our header row with names, with column names. For example, we can add a row. When we click to add, we see all our columns. For example, I want to check breakdown by channels. And we see here, when we add channels to rows, we can see that now we have these channels, unique channels that we have on our sales data. But when we added one rows, we can split it. We can add more rows as well. For example, we can add customer type here, and in this case, we can see. So this is we don't have any channel. Then for each type of channel, we have two rows, new and return customers, because we have two customer type. We don't want to see it here right now, so we can just remove it. But before we remove, we can check order. We can sort by ascending and descending our orders, our channels. Same with customer type, we can do ascending or descending. When I change it, you can see that order of new and returning is changing. Also, we can show and remove totals. You can see, and repeat row labels. As well, you can see that SMS, referral, add or remove to our channel column. I don't need customer type here, so I will remove it. Show totals, okay, let's skip. order will be ascending. And I can add columns, and for example, I can add my customer tag to columns. And in this case, we can see that now we have several columns. Again, we have total. I can remove, add total with this checkbox. Same with this total. So, and here we have two empty cells, and later I would like to remove them. I don't want them in my statistics. For now, okay, let's see. So we have rows, we have columns, and now we can add volume. We can add orders quantity, for example. When I added orders quantity, here we have 0. I already don't like this empty column, so I would like to add a filter. When I click to add a filter, I have same titles that I have in a table. And for example, customer type, I want to remove blanks. Click OK. So as you see, I remove blank column from our columns, and now we have only new and returning customers, and we have grand total. Again, if you don't want grand total, you can remove it. I think it's fine to have it here. So this is our 3 prospection, if I can say that. So rows, columns, and value is our numbers. Now already we can see that from direct channel we have more returning customers, twice more returning customers than new one. Again, like opposite from emails, for example, we have more customers from email than returning customers. Already we have some information that we cannot have from this table, because when we see this table, it's quite big, and we cannot make some decision like which kind of customers for which channel do we have. In this pivot table, we already can make some conclusions and see how our business is going on. What is interesting here, when we added volume, in our case order quantity, we can change sort and sort by order quantity, grand total. And in this case, we can see that our descending. Now we see number of orders from each channel in descending order. I like this. I think it's more comfortable to work like that, in my point of view. Which options do we have here more? We can see that 14 orders we have with, I don't know from which channel. We can remove them from statistics as well, like channel. Last time when we filtered customers, we used this option, but also we can use filter condition. Oh, sorry, what happened? Okay, channel, filter, channel. We can use filter by condition, and is not empty, and select is not empty. Okay, same result, but different way how to filter. You can use both ways, depend on your case. Sometimes one is more comfortable, other way is more comfortable. One more important thing that I would like to talk about, this is summarized by. We can use sum, we can use count unique, average, and other things. In this case, when we count number of orders, it makes sense to use sum. In other case, when you have, for example, user IDs, here you probably will need to count unique, and so on. Depend on your case. You can change it easily here. Also, you can change show as. By default, you have a number, but we can count percentage of row In this case, you can see so grand total is 100%, but you can see that from paid social we have 82% of returning customers, and only emails brought us new customers. It didn't make sense for me, but anyway, it's kind of data set. It shouldn't be real, so it's what else? We can calculate percentage of column. In this case, you can see here 100%, and you can see that 45% of returning customers came from paid social, and 20% of new customers came from email. It's already interesting analytics. What I like to do, for example, I like to here select default, but I can add one more column with same order quantity, and here change percentage of column. And in this case, you can see we have two, we can close it for now. We have two columns for each type of users. Also, we can remove orders quantity, percent of, we can change name here, total, and we can make it a bit smaller. It's already interesting analytics, you see, and I really like to see the real number, because we can see there that here like the biggest amount came from paid social. Also, I would like to see percentage, because percentage allows us to see proportion of each channel in our data set. So I think that is it. What can we do more with this? So if we want to come back to editing this pivot table, we can simply click to edit, and we have this area again, and we can play around. What else I can do here? I can do, where is it? Format, theme. This is default, but I can change colors of my pivot table. For example, I don't know, like I can say that I like this color, but I can customize theme. So this is interesting moment, and one more interesting thing that I would like to add to this pivot table, it is conditional formatting. For grand total data, conditional formatting, color scale, and I would like to use some colors to mark my results, but opposite, minimum is, and this is green, and we can see color scheme, and we can see by eyes that which channel brought us more orders, which is less. I would like to use conditional formatting to easily navigate in our data set. I think that is it about pivot tables. Also, I already have one more video about calculation fields and pivot tables. I think if you like this video, definitely you will like next video about calculation fields. It's next step in pivot tables. I use this tool daily basis in my work, and if you want to work with data and be data analyst, you have to know how to work with pivot tables. Same logic. Basically, we will have same logic in Looke Studio. It's a bit different interface, but logic, how data works is the same. Same stuff with SQL. You can write SQL code, but here in Google Sheets you can easily see how this works and see principles. How does pivot table work? Hope you like this video. Let me know about that in comments. Subscribe to my channel. Check my Instagram. Actually, I started recently to work with Instagram as well. And see you soon.